Everybody on the planet has been talking about Week 1 Sunday night game. One for the ages. Did we have the best game of the 2025 season already in Week 1 between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens? Just an incredible, incredible game. But again, we're going to put our spin on it. We're going to look at a couple of guys, in our opinion, specifically at the receiver position.
Humble.
That could play, appreciate it, a role in how these teams both move forward, because I think there's plenty of us that think these two teams are going to see each other again.
You think?
And, you know, right? Exactly. And let's start with Keon Coleman playing a big part in what happened in Buffalo. Leads the team with 8 catches, 112 yards, touchdown, 11 targets. Led the Bills in all of those things.
Yeah, he did.
What was your initial take of the 2025 year 2 Keon Coleman? Because I think at 89, we had a lot of questions about what type of player Keon Coleman would be in 2025.
We had a lot of questions, and a lot of people had things to say that thought I was, I was hating or shade, whatever the case may be. And it's an evaluation process. In an evaluation process, I allow the film to tell me exactly what I think or I don't think, what I feel or I don't feel. The film, as we say in the football world, the eye in the sky, don't lie.
Yep.
What I expect from Keon Coleman? Well, one, if you look around social media, they said he had his coming out party. So if that's his coming out party, congratulations. Had a hell of a game. Let me spin it back to reality. Week 2, sucker. If that's the standard, that's what I'm expecting. Because your quarterback ain't changed.
No. All the skill guys are there. I mean, you add there. Palmer,
so
no relation.
It wasn't as if something changed. He looked like he's catching up to the speed of the game.
Okay.
I'm not saying that what you saw was a fluke. I'm also not giving him a gold jacket at the same time. What I'm saying is neutral in the middle to say my level of excitement will go as the weeks.
If he stacks them.
Yeah. But you can't go out there and ball like he just did and then go out there and be back to old stationary Stan.
Yeah, let me tell you about stationary Stan from 2024 because I looked these up.
Let me say why I didn't look this up.
Okay.
Because I didn't feel like it and I don't want to.
Okay,
just to make that clear.
After Steve told me I wasted my time, here's the numbers. 73rd in the NFL with a 36.8% contested catch conversion rate.
He was 50 in college.
73rd. Last year. That's a big number. The reason I bring that up, as he's converting 36% of these contested catches, because 33% of his targets last year were contested catches. So a third of the balls that are coming his way are going to be contested catches. You're going to want to be higher than converting 36% of the 33.
You hope.
Right? And then the last part that stood out to me from 2024, these are the things that we have to see if they're changing, is he had almost a 9% drop rate. That was 9th in the NFL. And so what you're saying about stacking days, when I ask around, is really connected to what I'm hearing, because it's this. Man, there's a day in camp where he's going up and over DBs and catching balls, and then the next day he's dropping the easy ones, and the layups aren't there. And it's like this during camp a little bit, right? And we need it to consistently be here. They're seeing plays, they're seeing playmaking ability, then they're seeing it go back down. What we are seeing, Steve, and where I think growth can come, and this is what I want to ask you, is playing that X on the outside for them, which is something they've been searching for, right? We've talked in the show a bunch about how they attack in between the hashes. They're outstanding with both tight ends, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, everything middle of the field, right? And so on the outside, playing out there, he's going to get a ton of snaps, and a ton of opportunities.
You're not going to mention Kincaid?
I said both tight ends.
No, name them, sucker.
Okay, fine. Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid.
Utah.
Khalil Shakir. James Cook.
I just want to say Utah.
Oh, I know you did.
Just like you take every opportunity, the Ohio State University.
Well, dropped a 70 burger on Grambling State. We apologize.
Bro.
2-0.
Goodness gracious.
My point is, Steve, like, do you expect this growth maybe to continue with what I'm saying? Because the number of targets he's going to get and the opportunity he's going to get, because he's not going to leave the field, is the only guy out there, really. I mean, they bring in Joshua Palmer as well, but that has to give you opportunities to succeed. And Josh Allen, if you ask anybody, was looking his way a bunch during training camp, because I think he knows this has to work on the outside for them to be more complete as an offense.
For them to be more complete as an offense, we know, or Bills Mafia knows, you have to have a passing game outside of the hashes. Dalton Kincaid and Knox, and they're uncoverable, but they're also tight ends. And the tight ends are a little bit limited when they're in the condensed formation because they're also dealing with a lot of traffic to get through. You're playing a 3-4, wide technique. Sometimes they stunt, right? Then you have linebackers or safeties coming down to disrupt you. Only one tight end can motion, right?
Yeah. You got Shakir in there too.
And then you have Shakir, who is also collecting a lot of traffic because of how outstanding he runs his routes. Joshua Palmer was added from the Los Angeles Chargers last year because of his speed, his ability to pressure the defense, get into and in and out of the defense and the secondary in a way that they lack because Dalton Kincaid, Knox, they're getting bumped. They're running through traffic. Shakir, he's running through traffic. A lot of times being double teamed or getting bumped, having to delay, or he's in motion.
Yeah.
So now you have Joshua Palmer who can go.
Oh, that ball to Joshua Palmer, by the way, on the outside, on the
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Unbelievable throw.
So that moment, that was the key moment that changed the whole momentum for the Baltimore Ravens when Jair Alexander gave up that penalty. 4th down, you give up that penalty, and all of a sudden they're now down the field and they go and score. Here's the craziest part. I went to bed at halftime. I said, man, this game is over.
Yeah.
I woke up.
My wife too.
I woke up Monday morning, 4:30, to watch my film. I said, what the? How the hell did that happen? Crazy.
Crazy.
But one of the disturbing things that I heard or I'm witnessing is how no one really wants to give credit to the Bills, and they want to jump on the Baltimore Ravens like they didn't put up 40 points.
Yeah. True.
And the reason I'm saying this, I'm not defending them as a former Raven. I'm defending them as a guy who watched a lot of football on Sundays and said, depending on your team, you would give your left testicle to get 40 points, depending on who you was rooting for. The Carolina Panthers, I'll take a 40 burger. Miami Dolphins, they'll take a 40 burger.
Yeah.
There are a number of teams who would sell and do so many inappropriate things to get 40 points. Man, whatever team you're going for, you need to have some realistic expectations. Like real. Like you need to look at your team and go, how good are we? And let's be honest, we can cut out week 1. If you start 0-1, you have just lowered, I think it's 37% of your chances of making the playoffs, or maybe higher. My point is, it ain't good, and let's do common math. If you're 0-2, you lower your chances even more.
Yeah.
Right? And thanks to my analytics guy over here who's not really here, I just had to shot that out.
Don't tell everybody that. No, you're right. I mean, look at the hole Cincinnati has put themselves in repeatedly over the last couple of years, and then they're clawing their way back. And they're they one of the best quarterbacks in the game. And last year, they're fighting to get in because of the way they started, right? And ended up never getting in. I want to shift to the other side then. And you mentioned putting up 40 points. We've talked about Zay Flowers a lot on this show. He goes for 7 and a career-high 143
Balling.
in this game.
He's putting guys on skates now.
I want to talk about this growth. We've talked about it a little bit, but I was surprised when I looked at it, Steve, and that he last year became the first Ravens player in history to make a Pro Bowl at wide receiver.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Hit me.
The division they're in is the black and blue division.
Certainly.
And yes, the wide receivers, there have been Pro Bowl wide receivers on other teams.
I know a couple.
I know a couple too. They also haven't been to any Super Bowls since 1980 either. So let's get that clear.
True.
The Baltimore Ravens and a few other teams do things like the old regime. And this new regime, you're going to find out, and you're finding out, it's a gift and a curse. So here's what I mean, the old regime. The old regime would say, hey, we drafted a kid like Mark Clayton from Oklahoma. And when they figured out he couldn't play, what'd they do? Cut bait. Back in the day, 3rd round and below, if you couldn't play, bye, Felicia. You go.
Yeah.
The new regime, man, we got to make sure we got a straight up lemon before we let him go. We don't want all the flack from the fans that we made a mistake, or the kid we drafted was a great product from a great system, and now he's out of that system, and the transition or the speed of the game is just a little bit too fast for him.
Okay. Well, the speed of the game is not too fast for Zay Flower.
No.
I mean, so with Zay, Steve, this is what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
We mentioned going into year 3.
Yep.
You talk to anybody in Baltimore, I'm assuming you still do. He's got a great work ethic. He wants to be great. He wants to take his game to another level each and every one of these years that have stacked. We're just starting, and it's off to a great start in season 3. What does he need to do to become a big dog in our wide receiver tiers? Because what they're seeing a little bit of, and this is what I'm fascinated with, is 3rd year in a system, the nuances of the receiver position, the little things that you can gain. What do you gain by that 3rd year in a system, right? And that you can know that make you even more effective as a receiver?
You understand what your responsibilities are. And that, first and foremost, that's the most important. Understanding that allows you to be more comfortable in where you are. So there are people who every other year they're learning a new offense by a new coordinator, and that has a huge impact on you.
Massive.
It's just, and if you know, you can say, man, it's just football. It's a job. And when the job changes database or change program, there is a learning curve that goes on. Not just for the receiver, for the quarterback, for the offensive line, for the tight ends, the running back, but also the new coordinator who comes in. He has to now identify, he has to understand what is and who is my core. Who are the guys I can rely on? Right? It's like when you move to a new neighborhood or you move to a new place, you got to find a new routine. You got to find your routine. When I live further and I live closer, I got to leave at a certain time. You have to be able to try to feel your way through on how things work.
Yeah.
And with Zay and Keon Coleman, they're learning what the offense should look like, what they should look like in the offense, and then what are their responsibilities.
Bingo. Because they're both different in the offenses that they're within.
Both different. One moves around a little bit more than the other.
As in Zay, yep.
Right? One also, I believe they may have put Keon in a different position because I do remember he had a little bit of movement. So that was different. I also saw with Keon after the interview, no jokey.
I was gonna ask you about that, and then we moved on, but I thought about
There
that
was no
a couple minutes ago.
jokey. And I like that. I like it because you now understand you could be a comedian, but if you ain't doing it on the field, nobody cares what you have to say.
Yeah, fact.
Right? You can't be a model citizen, but a horrible football player. You can't be an excellent football player and a horrible person, because at some point those paths will cross, and something will come to a head that has a tremendous impact on all. Right? And that's what 30 for 30 is.
Yeah.
Right?
Good, the bad, and the ugly, man.
Man, it's so I like what I'm seeing, but I'm not throwing a parade down Main Street because of one game. Now I'm excited to see, man, let's see, can he do it again? Now, some people may hear this out of context, say, oh, Steve, let me remind you. Let's just, how many yards did Keon Coleman have?
Now, remember, he got a little banged up. He had 12 starts, 13 games.
Not his fault.
12 starts, 13 games, 556 yards, 29 catches, 4 touchdowns.
All right. For some of y'all that we love our subscribers. I love the comments because it energizes me. It give me a little opportunity to throw an uppercut.
Yeah, because you got the Mike Tyson T-shirt on too. So
boom, boom.
Little Mike.
He only needs 13,444 more yards to catch me.
That's it.
That's all. That's it. We don't want to talk. You want me to do my all-purpose?
No, we don't.
All-purpose is about 18,000. My point is, I'm only speaking from the little career that I've had, and so I like Keon Coleman. Y'all don't think I like him? Let me tell you something. If I don't like a player, I don't talk about him.
You don't talk. I was just about to say that. Yeah,
if I don't like someone, and in that moment, I will leave. I'm not doing this for shits and clicks. I'm not.
Has anybody used that before?
No, they haven't.
Can we coin that?
You can coin it.
That could be an 89 original right there.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, like, man, the league is full of good players.
And great weeks, right?
Great weeks from good players. But what makes you great? Tom Brady makes you great. Jerry Rice, Drew Brees. Hell, Matthew Stafford, one of only 10 to ever get 60 wow passing.
And he doesn't get mentioned amongst the greats. He doesn't.
60,000 pass yards and only 9 other great people have done it.
Yeah. But Steve, I think there's a part of this too that I want to mention, because I mentioned their roles in their respective offenses. They're not the featured role in either offense. So to be
Zay is.
I mean, running the ball is their foundation.
Yeah. But in the passing game, game,
yes, he's their one.
He's their one. Yes. In the passing game, Shakir is the one. I would say Coleman. He's probably. I think he's him or Knox.
Yeah.
Because Shakir won.
If camp was any indication, I mean, Josh looked his way a ton and went to him a ton. And so I think they want to see if they can go to him more. They have to stress defenses a little bit more. Let me ask you,
wasn't Shakir out a little bit in training camp?
Yeah, he had the ankle.
Boom. You know what that's – so you're getting a young guy prepared.
True.
No, it's not true, because not everybody does that. Not everybody does.
But Steve, they also know if I'm being told by defensive coordinators, bro, we didn't even care about the outside. We put one guy out there, one corner out there, we focus on the middle of the field. The Bills know that, right? The Bills want to free things up for, what's his name? Dalton Kincaid? Free things up for Khalil Shakir. You know what I mean? So they want to be more versatile. You know, Joe Brady's a good OC. So
Joe Brady, he's not getting enough credit because he
No,
was
he's
here in
not.
Carolina, and I had a lot of questions, and I did not think Joe Brady would be able to do what he's doing. So, nickel for the insult. I apologize. He's doing a heck of a job. And he has that team going. And a lot of people thought and assumed with Stephon Diggs exiting that would be the end of the passing game. The offense has become
I think it made it better.
Yes, it became more explosive. And can we all agree I was correct when I said Keon Coleman being drafted? He was drafted to replace Diggs. Replace means fill in, not the stats.
Yeah.
They let that guy go, and they hired this guy.
And they changed what they did. The ball gets spread now.
They changed their philosophy.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you mention Zay, and obviously he is the focal point of their passing attack, he is very versatile. You see them move him around.
Yep.
What I saw in that first game, Steve, and this is something that we've talked about and something that you were brilliant at on the field, is those type of crossing routes, especially the shallow ones. The one that he got where he created space by going back towards the line of scrimmage. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When he went underneath. Is that right to do that and to create that space?
That's not right, but it's only it only becomes a problem if you don't catch it. You're only coached up if you don't catch it or something bad happens. Some of the best plays have been, man, we didn't draw it up like that.
Yeah.
Because the way you draw it up, right? We draw on this little piece of paper. So I put this little X on this piece of paper. Here's the thing. That X doesn't have a heartbeat.
Ooh.
It doesn't tell you what that individual who's covering you, what he's thinking. And every play is drawn up as a touchdown, as a sack, as a home run play, as an explosive play. And it's in the air condition of your own room. And that's real easy. But you get in the game, all of a sudden,
A little different.
James Cook is out in space with Roquan Smith and stiffies him for 53 yards. Scamper. That wasn't on the play sheet when they were, hey, you know, Roquan, when James catches that pass, when they throw him a little screen pass or a little boop, hey, you're gonna be you and him, and he's gonna stiff arm you and go for 53 yards. I already know Smith was like, no, the hell he isn't. That's a routine tackle.
Yep.
But that's not a routine running back.
No. That's why he just got paid. And
So did. Justifiably so got paid.
100%. And do you think, and this is the last part before we move on, do you think Hop joining that room helps Zay? A guy that's seen everything in 13 years and knows everything about the little tricks of the trade. I think that's one of Hop's secret talents is the little push-offs, the little moves, hands, all that stuff, sideline work that he's outstanding at. How does that help the receiver room and probably Zay a lot?
It helps the receiver room in two ways. You can hear the why behind why D-Hop is doing it. See, not everybody gets that. Right? Not everybody gets the opportunity to hear what someone is thinking and why they did this. And then the other part is he gets to watch D-Hop too and then go back and ask him about it.
Yeah.
Right? We watch film, but we don't get a chance, or we do, but some people don't get the chance to call up a guy and say, hey, man, walk me through this.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? And Zay has an opportunity. Eats lunch. They get treatment in the training room. They do walkthrough together. They're sitting in meeting rooms, team meeting rooms, offensive meeting rooms, and then position meeting rooms. They're around each other. Somewhere in the locker room, they're sitting there. It's the exposure.
Game day, Steve. Like, there's enough times I know Hop, that he'll take the pad and go to Zay and go, look, you see this? You see this? That's in between series.
Man, that is what veteran players do. Now, some you may see because the camera catches it, but every veteran has a good and bad presence because it's a young player and he's watching an older player and he doesn't understand sometimes why that older player is doing that. Or why does the old vet get a day off every Thursday? Because he's run more miles than you. That's why.
Because I remember Andre Johnson used to tell me, he's like, bro, my body don't feel right till Thursday. Like by the end of his career, right? Like, to get on the field takes a lot by that point. By the way, Hop's catch.
Ridiculous. Little chicken wing. Yeah.
It's like he didn't even care he had one hand. He's like, I'm cool with it. It's fine. Triple X gloves.
Man, I was watching Hop. I remember I went to Hop's pro day. Mm-hmm. Never would have thought he'd have the career he had.
Right. Just
because you didn't see it in the workout. You did not see what you see today. You didn't go, man, 10 plus years, he'd be snagging footballs all day, one hand, two hands, inbounds, outbounds, doesn't matter. Never saw that. If you did, stop lying. Because if you did, you would have drafted him.
Man. I've told the story before. I was working in Houston when they needed a receiver, end of the first round. And I was doing a show with Keenan McCardell. And him and I were doing a show together. And we were evaluating all these receivers coming out. And he was like, I don't see it with Hop. He's pigeon-toed. I never see a pigeon-toed receiver dominate the NFL level. 5 years go by, 6 years go by. He's like the receiver coach now in Jacksonville. I'm doing a game in Jacksonville. I walk over, haven't seen him in a minute. Keaton, what's going on, man? JP, first thing I got to tell you is I was dead wrong about Hop.
Hey, I got one for you. I got one. It just made me think. I was in Carolina, and I went through the draft process because I had a C4 burst fracture. So I almost completely shattered my C4 vertebrae, but it was just a little bit left. So I sustained pretty much a broken neck in college, my junior year. And coming out of college, I have all these trips, and my trips were lined up for two things. One, to see how crazy was Steve. And then the other is to do a x-ray to see how my C4 has healed.
Because every team wants to do that themselves. They always want their guys to do it themselves.
I did it at the combine, which was weird, but then the teams wanted me. So I went to Chicago, St. Louis at the time, and now it's the Los Angeles Rams. I went to a few other teams. I can't remember all the teams, but I remember Chicago for a specific reason. Dick Geron is the head coach.
Yeah.
And we're on the trip, and they had me and Corn Robinson on the trip. Bro,
okay.
The football history that's up in this is remarkable.
Yeah.
Just
You're
to
pulling
let you
names,
know.
man.
NC State, in case some people are asking. So they brought me in to do the interview. Mm-hmm. The new wide receivers coach,
Todd
he's
Haley.
like, Todd Haley. So he just got the job, and he's like, hey, I'm new receivers coach, but we really brought you in here to talk to the special teams coach. Huh. So I'm hanging out with the wide receivers coach who doesn't really have any interest in me. Not his fault because he's just doing his job. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, 2.5 years later, we're in Charlotte. Chicago comes. Oh, I remember. 2 years later, he is offensive coordinator, Arizona. He goes, I just wanted to tell you, yeah, if we'd have drafted you, hell, I'll still be in Chicago right now. Now, let me tell you, today I laugh about it. I did not know I needed that confirmation. Because you go through this process, there's so many teams, not people, not the nobodies. I'm a nobody. We're just podcasters.
Mm-hmm. Pretty damn
but
good
these
at it,
teams nitpick at the players and talk about the problems that they bring, whether it's height, lack of speed, agility, doesn't drop his weight, isn't savvy enough. All of those things to evaluate a player, and they utilize that to say, hey, how many of these guys do we already have on the team, and do we want to invest more resources in the same guys?
Yeah.
That's what this process is. It's brutal, man. It's a brutal process.
It is. You failed 4th grade, Steve. We don't want you anymore. You did 4th grade twice. I mean, they go all the way back. They do everything. It's insane. Hey, before we go, Hop, that catch was so good, he didn't even care that the fans smacked him on the helmet, but Lamar cared. Whew.
That's tragic.
He got what he deserved. I hate to say it. No more.
That is
NFL games for that individual.
What that fan did. Maybe I'm going out on a limb. I'm not a fan of football. I participated, and I loved football.
Mm-hmm.
I breathed football. Some fans want to be part of the action and not built for the action. That fan did that. It looked like he was a young dude, too. It looked
he
like
did seem young. Like, I mean, we're old
he was
now,
like
Steve, but
17, 18. But
that's what
here's
it
the
looked
thing.
like.
I was with my daughter, the AFC. Is it the AFC or the divisional round in Buffalo?
Okay.
When Baltimore played.
Oh, I remember you going to that
Right.
game. Yeah.
And I'm sitting in a
You
crowd.
guys were all bundled up.
Oh, it was freezing.
Yeah.
I was sitting and listening to people talk, and I was behind the Ravens bench, and I was listening to people talk. Bro, the things that were being said about the players, that people were yelling things, I'm like, if that dude heard you, what would you do?
Right?
Because that ain't nothing but a good old-fashioned what you can always get. See, what you always get in the world. They say ain't nothing for free. There is one thing always guaranteed for free. When you die, you gotta pay to be buried, cremated, embalmed, to have the wake, funeral, whatever you got, it costs money.
Mm-hmm.
Have kids. But I'm going to tell you right now, it don't matter if you live in the hood, Midwest, rural.
I like the way you said it.
Suburban.
Mm-hmm.
You can get you a free ass whooping on any corner, anytime. You can get you one. I mean, no, you can even upsize it. Somebody will give you a large ass whooping of fries and a large ass whooping of whatever drink you prefer.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of happy Lamar did what he did. In all honesty,
that's why I'm glad on that point.
Good call. Well, I miss you playing, Steve. Let's go.
I don't.